Bad form. Bad form is one of the most common reasons people get injured in the gym because it places stress where the body is least prepared to handle it. Instead of muscles doing the work properly, joints, tendons, and lower back often take the load. A squat turns into a knee problem, a deadlift turns into a back issue, and a shoulder press turns into shoulder pain. The dangerous part is that bad form does not always hurt immediately. Sometimes it feels fine for weeks until the damage builds up. That is what makes it so deceptive. Poor technique turns good exercises into risky ones. Too much weight too soon. A lot of gym injuries happen because people try to progress faster than their body can adapt. They add more weight before they have earned control over the current weight, and the body ends up paying the price. Muscles may feel strong enough for the challenge, but connective tissues, joints, and stabilizing muscles often lag behind. That is why someone can feel powerful one day and then suddenly strain something the next. The ego loves rapid progress, but the body does not care about impatience. Lifting heavier than you can safely handle is one of the fastest ways to turn ambition into injury. Skipping the warm-up. Skipping the warm-up seems harmless, especially when people are short on time, but it can set up the entire workout to go badly. A proper warm-up prepares joints, raises body temperature, improves blood flow, and gets muscles ready to contract under load. Without that preparation, the first working sets hit the body cold, stiff, and unprepared. That makes movements feel less smooth, less coordinated, and far more stressful than they should. Many people think warm-ups are optional because they are not exciting, but injury prevention rarely looks exciting. It looks boring, consistent, and disciplined. The warm-up is what helps the body enter training mode safely. Poor recovery? Recovery is where the body actually repairs itself, but many people treat it like an afterthought. They train hard, then sleep badly, eat poorly, stay dehydrated, and wonder why something starts hurting. When recovery is poor, fatigue builds up beneath the surface. Muscles remain sore, joints stay irritated, and technique starts to break down because the body is not fresh enough to move well. That creates the perfect environment for injury. A workout does not exist in isolation. It depends on what happens before and after it. If recovery is neglected long enough, even a normal session can become the moment something finally gives out. Overtraining. Overtraining is not just training hard, it is training so much or so poorly that your body never fully catches up. Performance starts dropping, motivation falls, soreness lasts longer than it should, and little aches begin turning into bigger warning signs. The risk comes from the fact that constant fatigue makes everything worse. Form gets sloppy, reaction time slows down, coordination drops, and the body becomes more vulnerable under loads it could normally handle. A lot of people think more work automatically means more progress, but there is a point where extra volume stops building you and starts breaking you. That is where injuries begin. Ignoring pain signals. One of the biggest causes of gym injuries is the habit of ignoring pain and pretending it is just part of the process. There is a difference between effort, discomfort, and actual warning signs, but many people blur those lines. They feel sharp pain, joint pain, or repeated irritation, then keep training through it because they do not want to lose momentum. The problem is that pain is often the body's early warning system. It shows up before the real damage becomes serious. Ignoring those signals can turn something minor and manageable into something that forces weeks or months off. Pride makes injuries worse. Choosing the wrong exercise for your body. Not every exercise fits every body equally well. Some people force themselves into movements that look great online but feel terrible in real life. Maybe their mobility is limited, their limb lengths change the mechanics, or an old injury makes a certain pattern risky. But instead of adjusting, they keep pushing through because they think the exercise is mandatory. That is where problems start. A movement is only useful if your body can perform it safely and effectively. The wrong exercise done perfectly can still be the wrong exercise. Smart training is not copying everything. It is finding the right version of the movement for you. Ego lifting. Ego lifting deserves its own category because it causes injuries in a way that is both obvious and incredibly common. This is when the goal stops being training and becomes proving something, either to yourself or to the people around you. Weight gets added beyond control, form gets sacrificed, spotters get overused, and every set becomes a test of pride instead of a productive rep. The problem with ego lifting is that it often feels powerful in the moment, right before it goes wrong. It encourages rushed decisions, careless movement, and loads the body cannot safely manage. In the gym, ego is often the injury before the injury. So now the real question is, which one of these do you see the most in your own training? Maybe you rush weight too fast, maybe you skip warm-ups, or maybe you convince yourself that pain is something to push through. And if you train with a friend, you probably already know which injury mistake your gym bro keeps making too. So be honest in the comments, which one are you most guilty of, and which one is your gym bro definitely doing right now? Because most gym injuries do not come out of nowhere. They come from habits people repeat every single week.